what the U.S. Federal Reserve will be up to is probably going to be the key sort of driving force behind the yen. But in our view, we think that as we go into the summer season and then into the autumn, we should start to see more and more of these wage figures starting to creep up and probably in excess of inflation, which, as we heard earlier, is stabilizing. So if that were to be the case, that should bode well for consumption. And then, of course, there's added elements such as the strong inbound tourist numbers that are helping to really support consumption in this market, as well as also the onshoring of demand of manufacturing, in this market, in the semiconductor space, and of course in data centers. So if you put all that together, the underlying economy should do relatively okay, which at the end of the day, would be positive for the yen and should see the currency appreciate relative to other currencies. But in the interim, I think the U.S. Federal Reserve's actions will be the key determining factor.
Yeah. Is the Japanese economy strong enough to withstand another hike from the BOJ? And when do you think that might be?
It's possible that the Bank of Japan will move on interest rates next month. It's possible it could be 2 or 3 months from now. I'm a bottom-up stock picker, so I can't foresee what the Bank of Japan will do. But we do think that given the various elements of the macroeconomic fundamentals that I mentioned earlier are starting to come to light, that the Bank of Japan will begin to move on interest rates again after we saw the historic move in March when interest rates were raised for the first time in 17 years. Now, do keep in mind that the current governor, Mr. Ueda, has some very good experience on this front when he was the only dissenting member of the Bank of Japan back in the early 2000s when the Bank of Japan did move too early on interest rates and push the economy into recession. And so, we are of the view that if there is anybody that could potentially get the economy through this very sort of sensitive time, it's probably Mr. Ueda.